a great opportunity to expand upon what we're doing on our campus.
Spreading the word about the importance of going to college, what one local university is doing to bump up their enrollment.
We've been huge Giants fans since I was born.
Up close and personal with the Giants World Series trophies, when and where you can catch them next. And our top story, a meteor streaks across the Central Coast. What type astronomers think it was and where it was going.
You're watching KSBW Channel 8, Salinas, Monterey, Santa Cruz. This is Action News 8. Coverage you can count on.
Good evening, I'm Brittany Nielsen. We do begin tonight with a light show in the sky that has people here on the Central Coast and really all across the state talking. This happened last night. This video was shot by a couple traveling southbound on 280. You can see the meteor streak across the sky right in front of them. We got calls and emails to the newsroom from people all over the Central Coast. Some described it as being bluish in color. Others say it was bright green and then turned to a bright yellow. One astronomer told us that based on witness accounts, it may have been a sporadic meteor that usually streaks over the ocean away from human eyes. San Francisco Giants fans across the Central Coast are getting the chance to see both the 2012 and 2010 World Series trophies in person. This was the scene today in Gilroy from 2 to 4 this afternoon as the trophies continued their 3-month public tour. Fans took pictures with the trophies, got the chance to view history in the making. And before the trophies, fans met in Gilroy. Fans in Salinas had the chance to see the trophies this morning. Today's trophy tour visited the Police Activities League Armory and benefits more than just the fans. Action News reporter Jacqueline Mazer has the details tonight from Salinas.
I love the Giants enough to be here 12 hours before they even opened.
That's 12 hours before doors opened here at the Police Activities League Armory in Salinas, where diehard Giants fans are paying just $2 to commemorate the Giants' big win in 2010 and 2012.
I called my sister and I said, let's go down there today because it's there. So we were so both excited, raced down here, and it was really a thrill to stand there with the 2 trophies.
And as fans continue to line up to have their photo taken with the trophies today, they say it's not only about the photo so much as helping out for a much greater cause.
The $2 fee and all other donations support the Salinas Police Activity League, or PAL program, a program that helps keep kids off the streets and away from gangs and violence.
I think PAL's got a great thing going, trying to revamp this place and hopefully get it going for the youth.
And it's through PAL that the Salinas Junior Giants Baseball League is made available to hundreds of participants that would not have the opportunity or means to play baseball otherwise, perhaps motivating the youth of tomorrow with today's snapshots of the Giants' big win.
We enjoy the Giants, the games, the fans, everything.
We've been huge Giants fans since I was born.
In Salinas, Jacqueline Mazer, KSBW, Action News 8.
And the trophies will be in Morgan Hill at St. Catherine's Church until 8 o'clock tonight, so you can still see them. Then the next stop for the trophies will be in Soquel at Soquel High School on March 5th. If you have pictures from the trophies, we want to see them. Upload them on the YouLocal portion of our website, and we'll show some of the best pictures on Action News. Might even be yours. It's all there at KSBW.com. A statewide effort kicked off at CSUMB this weekend. The school is reaching out to potential African-American students and their families. Cal State Monterey Bay is just one school in the state that's speaking up about why college should be a priority for those families. Action News reporter Margot Dunphy is live in Monterey with these details. Margot?
Well, Brittany, the event is called Super Saturday and Super Sunday. It's a statewide initiative to help recruit students from more underrepresented groups in the community. Today, the focus was a church congregation in Seaside.
Education, like I said, is the key.
Opportunity like this to reach out gives us a great opportunity to expand upon what we're doing on our campus.
This weekend, California State University is spreading their message of the importance of higher education to the local community, and they're doing it in church.
I think it was a great move on the school's part and on my church's part to be able to have that connection.
Coinciding with Black History Month, the initiative focuses on the African American community. The aim is to equip families with information and resources to get their kids into university.
African Americans, historically, they attend church, and we want to make sure that we capture that audience.
You're hitting not just the kids, you're hitting the family, you're hitting the church, you're hitting the preacher and the teachers and everybody else.
From the admission process to financial aid, the event hopes to help increase the enrollment and graduation of this underrepresented student group.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to speak to African Americans, to let them know that they're not forgotten about, that there's a college out there, there's a community out there that wants to have them on their campus.
For this weekend event, CSU representatives throughout the state are bringing guidance and advice about college education to more than 120 churches like this.
We're individual campuses, but as a system, we're the largest in the country and want to continue to provide as much higher educational opportunities as we can.
And despite cuts to funding, CSU says those opportunities have been helped by the recent passing of Proposition 30.
Prop 30 did not give us any more money. What it did is starved off a $250 million budget cut that we would have received.
And the outreach continues tomorrow in Seaside. The CSUMB President Edward Ochoa will speak to a congregation at the Green Victory Temple located on Broadway in Seaside. Brittany, back to you.
Margot, thank you so much. On the Crime Watch tonight, Steinbeck Elementary in lockdown last night after an armed robbery of a student. Two 12-year-olds were playing basketball when they were approached by a 14-year-old on a bike. The robber was armed with a semi-automatic pistol, demanded the kids' cell phones, and then took off. The lockdown lasted just under 30 minutes. The robber was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt with a red design on the back and was riding a black and red bike. An investigation is underway into the cause of a fire on Cannery Row. This started in a downstairs storage room next to the Wax Museum, which is housed in a building below shops and restaurants like Sly McFly's and the Fish Hopper. Crews are still cleaning up water damage after the small fire broke out this morning. Firefighters say the sprinkler system put the fire out, but there was some wire damage. Power was cut to the building, but it's back on tonight. Some stores do remain closed. No word yet on when they will reopen. This is an unusual sight on Carmel Beach this morning. At around 11, a young man was skimboarding, took a bad fall. And according to the people who are helping him, he knocked his hip out of socket. An EMT crew was called to the scene. They took him to the hospital for further treatment. The northbound lanes of Highway 101 are running smoothly tonight after being shut down this morning for more than 4 hours. A big rig overturned around 4:30. This happened just south of Airport Boulevard. No injuries were reported. In news across America, a Texas passenger of the ill-fated Carnival Triumph has filed the first in what's expected to be a wave of lawsuits. The cruise line is apologizing for the terrible conditions after an engine fire left the vessel without power, water, or working toilets. Action News reporter Brian Moore has the latest details tonight.
Shortly after the Carnival Triumph docked in Mobile, Alabama, the first lawsuit was filed in Miami's federal courthouse.
It's about making sure that passengers in the future don't have to be subjected to these hellish conditions.
Attorney Marcus Spagnoletti represents a Texas woman who claims Carnival was negligent before and after an engine fire crippled the vessel Sunday off the Yucatan Peninsula. With no power, running water, or working restrooms, the lawsuit says the ship turned into a floating toilet, a floating hell. Still, winning will not be easy. Passengers sign away many of their rights before getting on board.
There's a contract that they call it, which is basically your ticket. How many passengers read the small print on the back of a ticket?
The cruise line has apologized for the terrible conditions, offering passengers full refunds, travel expenses, and a free cruise. Though many passengers are upset with Carnival, they're praising employees aboard the ship.
I got to tell you, the crew was absolutely fabulous and fantastic.
Because Triumph is registered in the Bahamas, that country is leading the investigation, with the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board in a supporting role. Passengers who survived this misadventure are waiting to hear whether Carnival Triumph's fate was simply bad luck or an accident that could have been prevented.
I'm Brian Moore, KSBW Action News 8.
And among the 4,200 passengers and crew on the cruise were one California couple. They shot video of the ordeal. Teresa Vasquez and Devin Marble were passengers on the ship. Devin Marble is a TV producer, so he's always carrying extra gear and gadgets, which turned out to come in handy.
He and my dad made these elaborate contraptions using zip ties and towels and
a laundry
pulleys and things to curb some of the ocean air into our rooms.
For the next 5 days, this ship was without air conditioning and bathrooms. Passengers whose cabins were too hot slept outside on the decks. Fortunately, no one went hungry, thanks to other cruise ships which brought in food.
It's kind of the new culture.
Still to come on Action News 8, tattoos in the workplace. Should they be allowed, or should employers reserve the right to choose? And cleanup continues in Russia from the massive meteor that injured over 1,000 people. More on that when coverage you can count on continues.
You're watching the #1 news choice on the Central Coast with Brittany Nielsen and KSBW weather with Art Jarrett. Coverage you can count on. This is Action News 8 at 6.
This sighting came less than 24 hours after a meteorite struck Russia, injuring thousands. The shockwave blew out windows in more than 4,000 buildings, causing $33 million in damage. About 15 people are still in the hospital. One is in a coma. A large chunk of this is thought to have fallen into a lake around there, but so far, no one has spotted anything. In San Francisco, a 10-year-old girl has died in a fire that raced through a Treasure Island apartment complex this morning. Crews say the girl was trapped inside. They tried to get her out, but they couldn't get to her in time. The American Red Cross is working to relocate 22 people, including 11 children. And 3 people were killed in a Florida plane crash, including 2 great-grandsons of Buffalo Bill Cody. A Cessna 310 took off Thursday from South Florida. Crews discovered the wreckage Friday, 20 miles west of Vero Beach. Rob Krieger and Kit and Barry Cody are great-grandsons of William F. Cody, who became famous for his Buffalo Bill Wild West show in the 1880s. Several people applying for jobs as sheriff's deputies in Minnesota rejected because of their tattoos. While applying for a corrections deputy position, employers say one man's tattoos stood out more than his talents.
I mean, my tattoos are not disrespectful to anybody. Currently work in the field.
Well, Stevens has 2 degrees in law enforcement and he already works as a corrections officer. The county there, though, says no visible tattooing allowed. Another beautiful day here on the Central Coast. Let's take a look at what it looked like at Del Monte Beach today. Lots of families out enjoying the water and soaking up all that warm sunshine, and the traffic out there kind of reflected that people were heading towards the beach every which way they could get there.
That's right.
A lot of folks heading out there to enjoy a gorgeous day. Forecaster Art Jarrett joins us now with a look at that. And do you have more coming?
I just felt bad that I didn't get a chance to play in it. It was beautiful out there.
Of all people,
well, yeah,
right?
we still have the clouds that kind of moved in, the high clouds, of course, and we're going to see the low clouds start to make their way in. So we're slowly changing this pattern to answer your question. Let's go outside and take a look again. You know, it's such a view that's so nice, we're going to show it twice. Santa Cruz, it's looking good out there. I will have your complete forecast coming right up.
Now, KSBW weather with Art Jarrett.
All right, the sunshine really tried to hold on today, and you can see here the temperature is fairly decent all the way around, mostly 60s and 70s throughout the forecast area. We were hoping that this was going to hold, these temperatures were going to hold, and the cooler air was going to come in much later, and that seems to be what's going to happen. 75 hit Carmel today, 73 in Seaside, 74 Marina, Monterey, 72 degrees. Into the Salinas area, well, the airport had another record today. They beat a 1977 record yet again. 78 in Greenfield, 78 for King City, and right back up into the Santa Clara Valley. See 72 Gilroy. You folks out in Morgan Hill, 72 degrees. And San Jose, 68. All right, here's what's going on. You see the high clouds that we had from yesterday now continuing to press on through the Sierra Nevada now, heading east, northeast. And from the north, you can see moisture now moving onshore. Cold front just pushing in, and that's helping to really just kind of nudge this high pressure out of the area and weaken the ridge, and we're starting to see more clouds start to come in from the north and from the south. Now, there's a cutoff low. That was helping bring in those high clouds. As that kicks out, we see we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, rainfall sneaking right through, going from north to south, kicking out in the southeast. We'll see it through the early morning commute for Tuesday morning. It'll be through the day, getting heavier around the late afternoon, picking up yet again, going through the late rush going home, and then we start to see showers ensue going into the overnight. Now, that means a chance of showers and a little bit of lightning and hail. Looking at this, we're going to have a nice day on the beach tomorrow, 5 to 9 feet for your surf, and getting up to about 10 feet for the swell. And your temperatures here, again, cooling off just a little bit, just like we did today. Another few degrees as we go down into the 101 area here, 70 in Gilroy, 71 in Hollister. Mostly sunny conditions there. Those clouds will pick up. As you can see here in Salinas, going to King City, 75 degrees. And right back to the peninsula, you have temperatures in the 60s and low 70s. Right back into the Santa Cruz Mountains here, it's going to be pretty cold overnight tonight. And then 70 degrees at Boulder Creek, 73 in Scotts Valley, and just a degree shy in Santa Cruz. Tonight, your forecast, clouds increase. Mild evening, though, and a cool overnight. Stratus clouds return, and then we get right back to the mostly cloudy situation. Winds picking up to 10 to 20 miles per hour in your 7-day forecast. Yeah, another day of mild sunshine and clouds for Monday. Tuesday, that's your rainfall, the heaviest day, and then a chance for showers on Wednesday, tapering Thursday, and then we start again on Friday.
This is just such a tease, though.
Kind of happened, same thing last year as well, about the same time, sunshine and then rainfall.
Thank you, sir. Sure. Appreciate it. Coming up next, Action News Sports. The Santa Cruz Warrior receives a very special award. Plus, the PGA Northern Trust, who's in the lead tonight. It's all next on Action News Sports.
Now, Action News 8 Sports.
Time now for Action News Sports. The Kaiser Permanente Arena is hosting the Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League's Boys and Girls Championship games right now. Girls game between Scotts Valley and Soquel tipped off at 6. The boys game between Soquel and Santa Cruz follows. We'll have scores for you there tonight on Action News at 11. A standout for the Warriors, Travis Leslie of the Santa Cruz Warriors has been named the NBA D-League All-Star Game MVP. He scored 19 points and had a total of 7 rebounds. Congratulations to him. Heading into the third day of competition at the PGA Northern Trust, great rounds of 6 under 65 caused a tie between Frederick Jakobsen and Sangmoon Bae for the control of the field, but neither of the two could hold on this afternoon. Bill Haas made a surge for the top of the leaderboard. Haas would tap it in for his 5th birdie of the round to reach 12 under par on the 17th. He entered the clubhouse at 12 under with a 3-stroke lead. That'll do it for us for Action News at 6. Remember, if you have pictures from the trophy tour today, send them to us on our You Local page. We want to see those most definitely, and we'll feature them here on Action News. I will see you right back here at 11. Thanks for joining us.